So that's the distribution of the random numbers you guys chose. Now here's going to be our work today. This is a histogram showing everybody's height in the classroom. So everybody that put your heights in, assuming you told me the truth, right? I had somebody tell me they were 34 months old, so I don't think that was true. I think maybe you just didn't click all the keys you meant to. I don't know. But what can anybody tell me something about this histogram I created? What's different than the ones we did in class that's actually okay to do? What are these things? They're right in the middle. They're the midpoints of the classes. So my first class, can somebody tell me what my first class probably is? The midpoint is 59. So what do you think these two things are, the limits? What's the width of each class? 3. I love it, because the midpoints are 3 apart. Yeah, don't worry, don't do the boundaries. Just tell me the limits. What do you think the limits are? What do you think? Maybe it's a little bit weird. So if it was, the next one is 62, right? So if it was 58 to 60, this one would be 61 to 63. So that works perfectly. That's my limits, not the boundaries, not the little halfway marks that you have to do just so there's no gaps. Not that. I'm talking about just what you would see here. That's probably the way the first two classes look. The midpoint is a completely fine choice to use to show your classes. That's fine. And they talk about that in the book. And just to show you, let's see, they're right here. There's male, there's female, where's everybody? Oh, here's everybody. So there you go, 58 to 60, 61 to 63, those are the classes. Now, I said this just a minute ago, but does this look normal? Not really. I mean, it does go up and then it goes up again. So it's kind of got these two peaks. And of course, what do these two peaks correspond to? Male and female. Just like we were talking about earlier about the weights, same thing with heights. Men are generally taller than women, right? So men are somehow making this part, women are making that part. There's maybe a little bit of overlap. So I graphed everything, but I'm going to show you the men. So if I zoom out a little bit, you can see the contribution. There's the men's contribution to that graph. And there's a little bit down here. You guys with me? So of course the other part of the purple graph is going to come from the women. So what I want you guys to do, I'm going to put up here the data for the women. I want you to make a histogram for the women. I'm going to be a little more precise with how I want it set up. I'm going to tell you how many classes and where to start. Now normally you're going to pick that yourself, but I just want everybody to have the same picture today. It's a little easier to talk about it. Let me try to show you the data without showing you my... Here we go. I'm going to show you the graph. Let me do this to make this a little easier to see. Don't watch, you might get this one. Alright. Don't worry about this stuff in here in the beginning, that's other stuff. So right there in the middle, that's your data that I want you to work with. Does everybody understand what I want you to do? I want you to make a histogram. I want it to be a relative frequency histogram. I want you to use 5 classes. And definitely start at 58. That's the lowest height. Start at 58.